Well, just like that, 2.5 years of nurse practitioner school is finished. Hey, my name is Rick. I am, up until today, a nurse practitioner student. Now I am a psychiatric nurse practitioner. And I've been doing my channel here for the last couple of years, chronicling my journey to becoming a psychiatric nurse practitioner. If you're new here, I hope you'll stick around. I've got a lot of information to share with you in my videos. If you've been with me for a while, hey, thanks so much for hanging in here. Today was the graduation ceremony day. In fact, I just returned home not maybe 5-10 minutes ago from the actual ceremony. So that's it. Nurse practitioner school, over, done, all over with, no more classes, not anything. When I think about the past almost 2.5 years that I've been going through nurse practitioner school, I'm not quite sure how to put it into words. It has been a tremendous effort, not just for me, but also for my family. And if you've noticed in some of the videos, I've talked about how you need to have your family prepared for when you start nurse practitioner school, because it is really a group effort. And maybe one day I'll spend some more on a video about that. But you know, it's really kind of hard for me to actually put into words, you know, how I feel now that everything's turned in, final grades are posted, semester's over, and I don't have any more classes to take at all to become a nurse practitioner. It's really hard. My daughter asked me earlier, we went to lunch after the graduation ceremony, she asked me earlier, do I feel relieved now that school's over? And it's a little hard for me to answer that question. Yes, I'm relieved that I don't have any more school exams to take. I'm relieved that I don't have any more papers to write. I'm relieved that part of my life that has kind of put a lot of things on hold, that part is over. I'm relieved that I don't have to worry about getting more clinical hours next week, or that I don't need more patient encounters to make the requirement. All those things, that's all a great relief off my mind. And I can say that I am now a nurse practitioner. But unfortunately, it doesn't mean I could go out and start seeing patients tomorrow, because while one part of this journey is over, there's a small but very, very important part that starts today. So what are some of the things left to do before I become a, for lack of a better word, full-fledged nurse practitioner? Well, first thing, and probably the most important thing, is board certification. That's next on my list. So in some ways, that's still another exam that I have to take, I have to study for, and it really kind of makes it feel like school isn't quite over, because every day between now and the next 15 days, when I have that exam scheduled, I will be studying, going over all the stuff that I've learned over the last 2.5 years to be prepared to take that board exam. I can't get licensed in my state unless I pass that board exam. I have not talked to an employer yet who does not require that board certification. So that is as much a step, it is as big as graduating from nurse practitioner school is to pass that board certification exam. And I'll tell you more in a future video about how I'm preparing for that, and of course let you know how that comes out. So after the board certification exam is over, then comes licensing, which in my state is really filling out some forms, paying an unreasonably high fee, and turning that into the state. That plus the board certification, again, that's a requirement in my state, has to go in, and it can take up to 6 weeks, at least that's what it says on the state's website, for them to issue my license as an advanced practice registered nurse in my state. So that's the next hurdle. Once that happens, I can start seeing patients on my own. However, I really, realistically, could only see cash paying statements, because the third piece that has to happen before I'm kind of unrestricted on seeing patients is credentialing with insurance companies. And that can take anywhere from 60 days to 4 months to accomplish. So yes, I am elated right now that I am completely finished with my nurse practitioner program, but it doesn't mean this part of the journey is over. It's kind of taken a little bit of a pivot in a different direction, and I've got still a few more things to step through before I can say I am unrestricted in terms of the scope of practice to be a nurse practitioner, to see patients, prescribe medications, make diagnoses, all that. Still a few more steps before that has to happen. So I don't want this to discourage anybody. You just got to know what you have to do. You got to get through the program. You got to get your board exam done. You've got to get your licensing done, and then you've got to get credentialed with insurance companies. So these are just the things that you just have to do. So again, I'm just elated that I'm finished with the program. I'm so glad to have that behind me. And now I'm looking forward at these next things that I have to do, and I'll talk about those more in another video. If you like what you're hearing here, if you want to be a part of our community, there is a link at the bottom of this video in the description, or I'll put it in the comments as well. Click that link and join a community. You can get access to a lot of the cheat sheets that I've created throughout my journey in school, some of the checklists that I've used, things of that nature. And now that I've got a little more time on my hands, I'm going to be adding to that community file. So if you're already part of our community, you might want to be checking that over the next couple of weeks to see if there's new items in that shared folder. Also, I'd really appreciate it if you hit a like and subscribe to the channel. Just because I finished school, I'm not going to stop talking and sharing my journey with you, because there's a whole new level of it now that has opened up for me, and I want you to understand all the things that I'm experiencing and what I'm going through, so that might help you in your journey as well. All right, questions, put them in the comments. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.